Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you would never ask. It is Monday. It is September the 21st. It is National Chai Day.
Okay.
C-H-A-I. Is that like chai tea?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. National Pecan Cookie Day. That sounds good.
I don't know if I've ever had
Pecan cookie?
pecan cookies.
Did you say pecan or pecan?
It depends.
You made fun of me for saying it funny. What do I say? How do I say it wrong?
I don't know.
Because I say pecan. And you're like, no, it's pecan. Pecan. National New York Day today as well. So happy New York Day to everybody. And I got a guest joining me. It is a Movie Star Monday. And I'm super excited to chat with Carlos Alazraqui. He was in Reno 911.
Loved that show.
He's in a whole bunch of other stuff. He's the voice of a bunch of different characters on cartoons. Here's something I didn't know. Yo quiero Taco Bell. That's him.
Oh, cool.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, he does a ton of voice work. Anyway, Carlos Alazraqui coming up later today.
The old way of living with diabetes is a pain. The new way is with a continuous glucose monitor. You simply apply a discreet, easy-to-use sensor on your body. If you test your blood sugar at least 4 times per day and inject insulin at least 3 times per day or use an insulin pump and have private insurance or Medicare, you might be eligible for a CGM with little or no cost to you. Call now and say goodbye to finger pricks.
800-659-7805. That's 800-659-7805.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. 2 for the price of 1 today. Because the first one is, University of South Australia study finds that grilling and roasting red meat, if you do that, cooks up a higher risk of heart disease. I don't like that study. So we're going to move on to this next one.
I don't like that study either.
Yeah, but it says here, in a whole different study, a new study by Northwestern School of Medicine found that scientists have located the portion of the male brain that controls sexual desire. I believe it's somewhere between this year and this year. And from the front to the back. It's, I think, the whole thing. I don't know. But I've got a link to both of those. Kind of bizarre studies.
Yeah, I guess so.
So that's why. 2 for the price of 1. Thanks for listening to Surveys and Studies and Such, brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. If you have a credit card, our friends at BetterCreditCards.com would like to make sure it's the best credit card for you. Take a few minutes to look at your current interest rate and then see what you get for points and perks. Then go to BetterCreditCards.com to see if they can help you find a better credit card. This will literally cost you nothing, and it could help you save money by getting a better credit card. Even if you don't have a credit card right now, you can check it out too at BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com. This is your Brain on Drugs, brought to you by TimeForRehab.com. September 9th, an Ohio woman notified police that her daughter had pulled a gun on her, then fled the family's home in her SUV. In addition, the woman and her husband and son were in the home at the time. The woman told officers that her daughter was there with the 3 young sons to visit that evening.
Okay.
Both the mother and daughter had been drinking a bunch of alcohol while talking about a recently deceased family member. The two argued. The argument turned physical. The mother's husband and son broke up the fight. The daughter then left the house with her children, put her sons in the SUV, then took a gun from the SUV and went back to talk to mom.
Yikes.
Pointed the gun at her mother and said she was going to shoot her because she was, quote, sick of her. Police went to the daughter's house, spoke with her and her father, who said she was not home. Police are searching for the daughter on charges of domestic violence and aggravated menacing.
Goodness gracious.
A lot of stuff going on the story
Yeah,
there. And the drinking alcohol and getting all liquored up and then getting guns and getting kids in the car behind the wheel when you're liquored up. All of that, bad. Don't do any of that. Little friendly tip from Uncle John. Thanks for listening. Oh, by the way, that is what happens when your brain is on drugs. Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. A senator from Missouri sent a scathing letter to Disney demanding answers for the decision to film parts of Mulan in China, in a very controversial province there. They're like, why would you do that? With everything that's going on in the world, why in the world... So I can understand why you sent that letter. I agree with that. Now, a couple weird stories here. I got like 4 in a row, and I'm going to just boom, 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 get through these. First one, Chris Evans accidentally uploaded nude photos of himself while attempting to post on Instagram last weekend.
Accidentally.
You know how hard it is to post something? I've done it. I can barely do it. If you follow us on Instagram, anything you see on there is barely loaded by me. I would have never accidentally loaded nude
Right.
photos, and I don't think he accidentally did anything.
I don't think he did either.
Showbiz insiders say Denise Richards left the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills over a contract dispute. Next story. Kathy Griffin is selling her Bel Air mansion for $16 million. Next story. Miley Cyrus wore a, quote, daring dress, end quote, to perform on the, quote, Tonight Show, end quote. She performed for 7 minutes. Why is the Tonight Show in quotes?
I have no idea.
Anyway, all of that is Big Screen, Little Screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com.
If you take Viagra or Cialis, call now with your prescription and pay as little as $2 a pill. Call Pharmacy Shop 24/7 to get generic versions of Viagra or Cialis for as little as $2 a pill, plus free discreet shipping.
Call 800-214-7977. 800-214-7977. 800-214-7977. Again, that's 800-214-7977.
Now your scoop of the day. It comes your way courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com. Investigators now believe Ghislaine Maxwell's late father. Am I saying her name right? I've heard it pronounced like 9 different ways.
I think so, yeah.
I've heard it so many. I've heard, and I probably mispronounce it, but I've heard it mispronounced.
Ghislaine is what I've
Ghislaine?
heard. Ghislaine.
Okay, well, Ms. Maxwell, her late father secretly funded Jeffrey Epstein's lavish private jet, according to new reports.
Okay.
So there you go. Now there's 3 stories in a row that are all tied together, and I really truly don't want to upset anybody, but I want to read these because it just, the state of the world that we live in is just so bizarre. So the first one is, a YouTuber filmed himself defecating in the driveway of Nancy Pelosi's San Francisco residence. That is a terrible thing to do.
You know what? They've made it legal
But
in
it's
San Francisco.
Apparently. And anyway, a YouTuber said, hey, look what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So that's the first San Francisco story. Then we get to this one. San Francisco is considering the idea of letting 16-year-olds vote in the next election. So it'd be just local elections only. So they're saying that that's a change. And then there's a new report that San Francisco salon owner, who was in the news recently, Erica, is it Kaus? Am I saying it right?
I have no idea.
K-I-O-U-S. Kios?
Okay.
I'm not sure. Anyway, I feel sorry for the lady. Anyway, she said she's closing her business. This came out last week, so I'm probably not breaking this story to anybody. But I have all of these San Francisco stories, and they've been sitting here.
She's closing her business there. I believe she's relocating.
Here's what it says. She is closing her business after the infamous visit.
Right.
And she said, I just started to get a ton of phone calls and text messages and emails, and all of my Yelp reviews started getting very negative.
Yep.
And everybody's saying they hope I go under and they hope I fail. So she's closing, and like Heidi said, I read somewhere this story doesn't
she's
say
relocating.
it, but this story doesn't say that. But,
she's got a ton of GoFundMe money from
she?
people. Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
And then now, changing the subject, off of that, on to something different, because, again, murky waters that we live in today. Let's try to find something safe to talk about, Heidi. Can we do that?
Good luck.
UFC star Conor McGregor was arrested for indecent exposure in Corsica, France. Well, that's not a safe story. That's not quite what I was looking for when I was something safe to talk about. How about this one over here? Nope, not that. How about this? No, not that. How about no? How about maybe this one. Pepsi is developing a new drink that's made with chemicals that help people relax and fall asleep.
Oh, that's interesting.
But I think they better be careful, because imagine if you bought that while you were like driving somewhere and you didn't realize that's what it was.
I'm pretty sure it'll be pretty obvious on the labels.
I would hope so.
And it probably won't even be sold by the sodas. It'll probably be in a special
place?
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, I have gone through and tried to weed out all the stories that could upset anybody, and I hope I did a good job.
No, you didn't. I guarantee you,
some of this the stuff that's really controversial, I delete it. I really do.
Good.
Which is 90% of the stuff I get lately. So
there's a lot more I'd like to say, but I just don't.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Monday. Nobody wants to buy car insurance. It's not a fun thing to think about, but it's something you need if you want to drive your car. So even if you don't want to buy insurance, you probably have to get it from someone. So why not buy it from InsuranceChicken.com? Okay, I'll admit, our website name is dumb. InsuranceChicken.com. Yeah, our marketing department is not that great. But our selection of insurance options is amazing. See if we can save you money each month on our dumb website, InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com. Thanks for listening on a Movie Star Monday. Our guest today is Carlos Alazraqui, and you might know him from Reno 911. We loved him on that. He's also the voice of Rocco on Rocco's Modern Life. He was the voice of the Chihuahua from Yo Quiero Taco Bell, and now a new project called Casa Grandes. Sir, how are you today?
I do well out here in Los Angeles, driving from Venice to the Valley. One good thing that's happening is it's lighter traffic in L.A.
Well, drive carefully. I know you portrayed a police officer, but you don't want to meet a real one. How long were you on Reno 911?
Quite a while. I did 5 seasons in the movie, and then this most recent season on Quibi. So, yeah, it's been a while. It was a while, and now it's been a minute.
When you have a chance to encounter a real police officer in the wild, do they typically say that they were fans of that?
If it comes up and there happens to be some recognition, yeah. You know, when I used to go on the Rosa Comic, I'd visit different police departments, or they would come to the show, and everybody was a fan. They were like, "Oh, the stuff you do, we have stuff that we could give you, and we love it." And so it was always a good interaction.
Now, let's talk about Casa Grandes, and tell me a little bit about the background on this, and you're the dad on this program, right?
Dad, the parrot Sergio, and a guy that hangs out in the bodega all the time, in the Mercado, Vito Filiponio. It's a show based loosely on Miguel Puga, the creator, his extended family living in Los Angeles, a Mexican family. But this is sort of a multicultural Latino family that lives above a bodega that they own, and it's cousins and fathers and grandfathers and grandmas all living under this one big room in this crazy apartment complex. And it's just the goings-on of a family, and it's kind of universal in as much as it's just a family show, and it's crazy. It's fun. I get to play a nerdy Carlos, who's sort of the straight-edge father. And then also I get to play, Sergio's out of his mind! And that's the parent. And then, like I said, this third character. So I'm enjoying it. It's a really cool show. It's drawn well. It's the art is meant to look like a Sunday morning funny paper.
Nice.
Funny paper is kind of hue to it. And it's really pleasing and fun to watch and great to work on. A lot of talented folks.
And you've been doing quite a bit of voice work. Is that something that you thought you would be doing, or how in the world did you get into that?
I got into stand-up comedy and had this audition for Rocco's Modern Life, a little project that Joe Murray was putting together for Nickelodeon way back in '91. And I thought I was going to go the route of stand-up comedy, sitcoms, movies. I'll go that route. But then voiceover sort of found me, and I'm glad it did. It's been an amazing long career that started in '91 and Rocco came back in 2019. We actually recorded in 2016, but 2019 on Netflix we did Static Cling, and people loved it again. I get to do cons, and then now I'm working on Camp Coral, which is the prequel, or if you will, to SpongeBob, and working with the same guys. Got to work on Camp Lazlo and Rocco and Cat Dog and all these amazing shows, and Taco Bell Chihuahua, Pixar movies. I didn't know that it would lead me to all these avenues. It's been pretty amazing.
That is fantastic. Now, I'm on the site here, and I'm seeing Witness Infection. Tell me a little bit about what this project is.
That was my self-financed feature film that I co-wrote with my friend Jean-Michel Melian. And it's mobs and zombies, less broad comedy than you think, but there's some fun broad moments in it, good gore, infected sausage, Tablione sausage, arranged marriage ain't going to happen now because there's a walking dead. I'm messing things up. So it's witnessinfection.com. You can check out reviews. You can check out a trailer. You can check out the awards we've won at some film festivals. We're currently in the distribution negotiations. And, it's a feature film with myself, Tara Strong, Maurice LaMarche, Gary Anthony Williams, Joe Reitman, Rob Belushi, Aaron Hayes from Medical Police, my friend Joe Michel Melian, Vince Davito, myself, Brett Ernst. A lot of people in this film. And it's... we tried to make it story-centered like Shaun of the Dead and less Zucker Brothers, but people really like it. It's really fun, and hopefully coming to a streaming channel near you. I won't say theaters because we don't know when that's going to happen.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? 2020 has been so bizarre, so we're excited to hopefully see that streaming somewhere real soon.
Yeah, Thank you.
Thank you very much for taking the time to chat with us. If folks would like to watch the new project, where do we find this?
The new project Casa Grandes is on Nickelodeon. Also, Camp Coral will be on Nickelodeon. And then Maya and the Three will come out next year, fall of 2021 on Netflix. And that's Jorge Gutierrez, who did Book of Life and El Tigre. So those are just a couple of things that I'll be on coming up.
Again, Carlos, thanks for taking the time to chat, sir.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Again, our guest today has been Carlos Alazraqui. I've got a link to all of the information on the new program. You can find that in the show notes for today at JohnandHeidiShow.com.
The old way of living with diabetes is a pain. The new way is with a continuous glucose monitor. You simply apply a discreet, easy-to-use sensor on your body. If you test your blood sugar at least 4 times per day and inject insulin at least 3 times per day, or use an insulin pump and have private insurance or Medicare, you might be eligible for a CGM with little or no cost to you. Call now and say goodbye to finger pricks.
800-659-7805. That's 800-659-7805.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
It is illegal to eat fried chicken with a fork in the state of Georgia.
Really?
Yeah. I wonder why. I wonder why that would be.
I don't know.
Isn't that a weird law?
It seems a little weird, but there are lots of weird laws.
Yeah, apparently. According to this fun fact, it is illegal to eat fried chicken with a fork in the state of Georgia. I don't know if that's enforced, like you start eating.
Hard to be finger-licking good if you're not
they don't say that
using
no more.
your fingers.
Coronavirus, don't say that no more. All right. This has been Fun Fact right here on the John and Heidi Show. If you have a credit card, our friends at BetterCreditCards.com would like to make sure it's the best credit card for you. Take a few minutes to look at your current interest rate and then see what you get for points and perks. Then go to BetterCreditCards.com to see if they can help you find a better credit card. This will literally cost you nothing, and it could help you save money by getting a better credit card. Even if you don't have a credit card right now, you can check it out too at BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com. Time now for a news headline from somewhere in this world, Dateline Mexico. According to media reports, during a 2016 interview, imprisoned Mexican drug kingpin Joaquin El Chapo Guzman said he fathered 23 children.
Whoa!
And that, quote, women are my only addiction.
Ooh! Busy dude.
I don't know how many different women are involved in this situation. If that's one person with 23 different babies or a bunch of different people with...
Wow.
But yeah, busy
fella.
Yeah, I got a link to the story if you want to read the details. It's in the show notes for today at JohnandHeidiShow.com.
If you take Viagra or Cialis, call now with your prescription and pay as little as $2 a pill. Call Pharmacy Shop 24/7 to get generic versions of Viagra or Cialis for as little as $2 a pill, plus free discreet shipping.
Call 800-214-7977. 800-214-7977. 800-214-7977. Again, that's 800-214-7977.
Now some weird news, brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. Things got a little nutty when Tom and Kristen Cresotti, along with their daughter Ella, hosted a little backyard gender reveal. Because, it's all the rage, Heidi.
Oh, yes.
So they decided in this little post on Facebook that they were going to do a video. And the Western Massachusetts couple wielded a preloaded smoke bomb to announce the gender of their new baby. And they explained that, hey, we're going to blow this thing up, and then it's going to push out some, and whatever color, that's the color. So
I get that, yeah.
They didn't really know how to use this thing. So they chose smoke bombs because they're supposed to go 30 feet in the air and create a unique visual. It says, when my wife handed it to me, I asked her if this is the right way, Tom told the news when they were asking. She assured me, yeah, that's right. And she even told me, hold it a little lower, like the packaging shows. As family and friends counted down and the duo lit this thing to shoot out a bunch of blue smoke, signaling a baby boy, they realized the powder cannon was not pointed the right direction. It released the wink, wink bomb directly into Tom's crotch.
Oh, no.
Covered in blue smoke, Tom struggled to celebrate the news as he laid on the ground, clutching below the waist. And there's a video of this online. I've got a link to it.
And this will be the couple's only child.
It's a weird news story because that's weird. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Time now for your moment of duh, brought to you by InsuranceChicken.com. A middle-aged British motorcyclist was filmed racing past a police car at over 100 miles an hour while driving a wheelie.
Oh, jeez, that is super dangerous.
It is. Dash cam footage shows this biker pulling this death-defying stunt as he zipped past an unmarked police car. So at least it wasn't like a fully loaded police car, which doesn't make it better, by the way. Anyway, 51-year-old Lee Embleton pled guilty to dangerous driving. 51 years old. He's out pulling wheelies at 100 miles per hour. June 2018 is when this all happened, by the way. I don't know why it took so long to get here. Sounds like he's pretty speedy. Anyway, he'd been handed an interim driving ban, and immediate forfeiture was ordered, and they had to seize his Yamaha bike before sentencing was set for November 13th of that year. Not only did he put his own life in danger on that afternoon in question, he also endangered every other user of the road. His actions could easily have been fatal. They say, I sincerely hope you realize the severity of your actions.
Yeah, that's really not smart.
It is a bad idea. Don't do that. I never, ever drive wheelies anywhere near 100. I always keep mine under like 60. So actually, I couldn't drive a wheelie if I wanted to.
I don't think you could.
No, I've never done anything like that. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Nobody wants to buy car insurance. It's not a fun thing to think about, but it's something you need if you want to drive your car. So even if you don't want to buy insurance, you probably have to get it from someone. So why not buy it from InsuranceChicken.com? Okay, I'll admit, our website name is dumb. InsuranceChicken.com. Yeah, our marketing department is not that great. But our selection of insurance options is amazing. See if we can save you money each month on our dumb website, InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com. Time now for fake news or Florida. Heidi, tell me, is this a true story or is it a hashtag fake news story from the great state of Florida? I think I said all of that wrong.
You did, but that's okay. Let's keep moving.
You know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
Anybody that's new here today, I apologize. I'm on some cough medicine, and I don't think I'm almost done. All right, fake news or Florida. A St. Petersburg man was busted for DUI on an overboard after he rode pantsless through a pedestrian mall. Fake news or Florida?
I don't know what an overboard is.
I think it's like a hoverboard.
Okay. I'm going to say fake news.
And it is fake news.
Ha!
I'm going to actually just change that to hoverboard. Since it's fake news anyway, I don't think overboard is even a thing. I think it is hoverboard, and I deleted the H.
Oh. Okay.
Would that have helped?
Well, no, I still would have said probably fake news.
All right. Well, you're still correct. It is fake news. Thanks for listening to Fake News or Florida on the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. It comes your way courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. And this is a place that I bet a lot of folks have probably heard of them. And I bet many people listening have probably even ordered their pizza. Domino's Pizza makes the largest ever donation to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital.
Oh, I love that.
That is such a cool thing. So whether you're a fan of the pizza or not, you got to love this story.
How could you not love the organization, though?
Exactly.
St. Jude is amazing.
They really are. St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital received a donation for $100 million.
Oh, my gosh, that's beautiful.
That is from Domino's Pizza, and that is the largest donor commitment in the hospital's history.
Wow, I love that so much.
They've committed to raise those funds over the next 10 years. In honor of the historic pledge, St. Jude will name their newest housing facility the Domino's Village. It's located at the St. Jude Research Hospital campus. The housing facility will feature 140 fully furnished apartments with 1 or 2 or 3
Wonderful.
bedrooms. Designed, see, I can't barely read, to accommodate different lengths of stays and different family sizes. Construction planning for the new facility is underway. It is anticipated that the facility will open for patient families in the spring of 2023. There is a picture here of what it is going to look like, and it is going to be beautiful.
Awesome.
Domino's
Awesome,
Village
awesome.
will provide a home away from home for the thousands of kids and families who come to St. Jude from around the world, they say. And this is a really cool thing. Domino's and their franchisees have already raised more than $68 million for the kids of St. Jude. Now they just made this contribution,
I love that.
a commitment for $100 million.
You know, I think we will be ordering Domino's a little more often.
That sounds like a good plan to me. I think that's really, really cool. What a great story. I've got a link to it in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.